I'll take 1 second for Instagram. Cool, man. Beautiful. All right. Hey, guys. We are live on a beautiful Sunday. At least it's beautiful here in New York today. It is sunny out. I won't say it's warm, but it's sunny. That's for sure. How about you guys?
I'm out in Utah. We got blue skies, which is nice. It's been
nice.
Yeah.
It's been slow coming. So,
Brian, have you even looked outside yet?
I have it actually. I had the window open a minute ago. It's actually a really nice day out, so might be getting outside and doing some grilling or washing cars later. We'll see.
Oh, it's pretty aggressive. I'm already at the warehouse. So, hey, Brent, thanks for joining us, man. Mr. Amazon Sells, first timer here with us. Glad to see you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want to go through formalities like that, or you just want to hang out? I don't care. But
I mean, I'm down. It's
yeah,
fine.
give us a 30-second overview.
A 30-second overview. So I've been selling on Amazon for over 10 years now, actually. Started out with some lucked into some pretty massive brand exclusives. And rode that for the first 5 years or so. Probably about 5 years in, we hit 7 figures annually. And then those first 5 years I was young, I was in school and stuff, and it was just like a learning curve. Like I had so much opportunity to grow so much faster, And I was the smaller guy. I have a brand exclusive with a massive company, but there's like a group of like 5, 6, 7 sellers that are part of that exclusive deal. So anyway, I could have blown up so fast back then. But anyway, you learn and figure out how to do things. But about 5 years ago, I started diversifying more from them, realizing I was leaving that off the table too, and not growing that way. Diversifying in wholesale on my own store, and then a couple years ago, I decided to diversify a little bit more and start some partner stores with some people, and they're kind of more focused in RA and OA, and now bleeding them into wholesale as well at this point. I met Joe down at ASD this last month, and that was actually my first time at ASD. I've done a lot of I've kind of figured everything out on my own, just doing things in the background by myself. So I wanted to go to ASD that just now because I took one of my partners down there and was kind of introducing him into the idea of how he can try to diversify that store a bit more and stuff. So, but it was cool because I got a lot out of it too. It was cool meeting guys like Joe and a bunch of other people down there, and made me want to hop online more and get some sort of face going online networking here. So
here you are.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
I know you saw the show kind of last week. We just kind of get on and hang, nothing too formal. And what we might have one or two others jump in and jump out as the hour goes on. That's kind of the idea. The floor is really open to anybody that ever wants to come in and hang out with us. So trying to encourage more and more of that. So I really appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sunday we're I don't know if you know it where you live, but tomorrow the world comes to an end for the solar eclipse. It is mass panic mode up here in upstate New York where we are. Like there's billboards up and flashing signs about traffic problems, and tomorrow is gonna be I don't know, up here, and then I think Brian down your way too. You guys get, or is it more towards a few hours from you, right? Where you guys are at 100% down there?
I think we pretty much are here in Dallas. There's like 1 million people coming apparently to Dallas, is what I heard. So.
Yeah. So I think our friend Tracy's down there.
She is.
Yeah, but I think she's doing business. So she's down there doing work and enjoying the eclipse both. So, but yeah, man. So fun week. I know. Not on this, but Brian and I and a couple others, we talk all week. There's a group of us that probably interact, 100 times a week on stuff. So it's been busy. I've been dealing with some account health issues, the usual, a little more than normal for me. So I think I'm going for a record. I think I'm at 4 or 5 inauthentic complaints right now. And it does feel a bit personal, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Trying to figure it all out. So account health took just big drops. I mean, big drops, over 100. And I don't even know now. I'm not even going to do the math because it's dropped a lot of points. Slightly concerned because if that keeps going, the trend keeps moving, probably could be dealing with a bigger problem here in a week or two if these things keep popping up. So most of the products, what's that?
Quickly.
Yeah. And it seems like, and from what I've heard from it, it's common, right? The first drop might've been 10 points. Well, then the next one was like 30. Then the next one was, 40 or something. This last one was another 40 points or something. So it looks like the amount it drops increases with, and again, these were one after another. So I'm just going to address it the best we can, hope for the best, and keep trucking along because don't know what else to do. But it is 4 of the 5 now. We're all from one. The brands were all different brands, but all from one supplier. The supplier has been wonderful to communicate with, but they will not give up. What they won't give up. And I don't blame them. I can't be mad at them for that. They know their supplier is very valuable, so they won't share that info. But they've been very communicative. They've been responding and trying to help however they can and offering up messages and emails and all sorts of stuff. But so we'll see what happens. And then, so other than that, been buying a little bit of stuff this last week and finalizing a brand deal with, we're going to formalize. Everything is good to go. I think 5 ASINs. Got a little cleanup to do. So we're going to start cleaning up. So this has been talked about for months. It's finally kicking off this week though. So, which is
That's
good.
exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah. Hopefully more money going out. Right. So and then hoping that the account stays healthy. So
Is that candy one? You got
no, it's a whole nother thing. This is nothing else, something else. Candy's doing good. Candy's growing. Sales grow every week on that. And I just sent in or going in draft shipment was created today for 8 new ASINs, brand new ASINs for that. So that'll bring us, gosh, I don't even know, like 16 ASINs for that brand. So that's cool. Yeah. Got to work on my PPC a little. Still, I'd say that's an area I know nothing really about. I mean, I know some stuff, but in the scheme of the world, I know nothing with PPC.
It's not too hard to learn though. It's just once you start dabbling, you figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah. Do you do all your own?
I do all my own. Of the stuff I do, I don't do a ton, but we've helped people start up brands and stuff, and early on we'd run them and then hand them off to them.
Right.
On your inauthentic complaints, we've had in the past, we've been able to track down like targeted attacks. Locally, I have a group of Amazon sellers. Like I was talking about this one big brand, we all kind of work together with that brand, and like just flooded with inauthentic complaints a couple different times, and we've worked pretty tight with the brand and working with the brand. We've like been able to identify accounts, associated customer accounts on Amazon and from the brand side. And so like there's some targeting attacks like that sometimes can happen. It's interesting when it's all from the same supplier,
Yeah.
Not that that's happening, but
it kind of feels that way a little. Again, I'm just hypothetic, I'm assuming, which is horrible, but it feels that way. But so I don't know, I say that, but
who knows?
Yeah, the last one that popped through a couple days ago was just so random. It was a like coffee product, and I was like, "What? It's not even related to the other." And I've sold I forgot how many units in the last, it's a seasonal item. So, but I don't know. So it's like I've sold, several hundred at least of those and never had an issue with one. And then all of a sudden now, and it's going out of season. So people are buying the product up because it's going out of season, and I'm almost out of stock and sold it for the last 2 holiday seasons. Now whoever you are out there, we're coming for it. No, I'm just
Is it
kidding.
expired, maybe?
No, it's good. It's good for another 60 days or something, I think, or so. I forget. But it was just, who knows, random. Well, what's going on with you, Brian, Mr. Stiffneck?
Yeah. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but other than that, lots going on. I'm trying to get it all under control, trying to get some bundles going, hopefully this week, get some images for that. Really try and maybe start some listings. And we've got a couple of brands we're trying to start running with. So those are a little bit slow on the start, kind of like your brand that you were working with, took a little bit to get going, but it sounds like you're making progress on that. So I'm hopeful that maybe with these other ones, we can get some traction going on them too. It just, the conversation back and forth takes a little bit, obviously. So yeah, just doing that. And then right now, I'm really trying to narrow down the ASINs I sell. I'm tired of having 250 ASINs, and I think that I was a little bit inspired hearing people like Corey, who has like 50 ASINs. And I'm like, you know what? That's the way to do this thing. Once you figure it out, like 200 ASINs is pointless. I'm really seeing the light in that. Okay, I understand what sells well and how to find good products. And when I find those, I just need to just sell those, not branch out to 200 different things. So I've actually been trying to reduce my catalog a whole bunch the past couple of weeks, and I've gotten it down like 50 ASINs already. So I'm feeling good about that, and things are becoming a little bit more manageable, I think. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to.
Man, I have a hard time leaving money on the table like that. Like, I've heard Corey say that and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't mind 400 days. SINs.
Well,
I've got help managing though at this point. So,
right.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's all in like how you're like, that's what, again, this goes back to, I think the first time we ever started this show. It's what makes Amazon or the world of e-commerce beautiful, because there are so many different ways to organize the business. And like, just because one person does 1,000 ASINs, right, and someone else does 20, it doesn't matter, right? That's your way. And once you find your way and what works for you, there's just so much opportunity. And I hear weekly from people, and I was like, oh my God, that's great. I wish I did it that way. I'm like, no, it's just not my way, right? Because you could jump left or right all week long when you talk to a new friend or a new colleague in the business, and you're like, oh, I want to do it. That you just got to find your own way and manage it the way it works, right? So if some it works, there's a guy up here where I live. He has 6 ASINs, one brand. Great deal.
Crazy.
Several $100,000 a month in revenue. He's just happy. It's easy. It's wash.
Wow.
And we say it's easy. It's still never easy. There's still problems. There's still returns. There's still, right. It's just the grass isn't always greener. It's just their way of doing business. Whether it's FBA or FBM, whether it's retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, if it's wholesale, if it's private label, right? That's what makes it cool, because there's so many different ways to go with it. And, I know I'm at the point where, and it's a hump or a mountain. Once you get over it, I think like all of a sudden the world of opportunity starts appearing for products. Let's call it inventory. And, I give Brian a hard time because he'll hit me up with an OA item or say, hey, this is a good OA. And I'm like, we've got so much other stuff right now that we can buy between our network of friends and brands. Just another thing that has been lingering in the back through one of my great childhood friends, never really researched more of doing business with them. And then because of another thing that Brian reached out to me about, we started backtracking. It was an OA item, started backtracking it to a wholesale perspective, went to the brand, from the brand, went to they have a handful of different manufacturer rep companies around the country that handle them, to that person, to their quote unquote wholesale outlets. I have a great friend that's in the same kind of the similar business. He's a competitor of them. So using his network and friend, we're trying to track down basically one or two products, right, that are just good sellers. We're just trying to get a little bit better price on them and good steady supply. That's turned it into my buddy's company. I did the math yesterday. It was 96 different brands he has access to that we can buy direct. Very good stuff. Right. And that's been there the whole time. It's just been sitting there and it's kind of never been exploited. So now we're doing that. So, and that's buying direct from, some of these things are buy boxing at 280, 300. So it's going to be higher ticket items, but, and what's nice about those, you don't necessarily have to have huge velocity, right? Mm-hmm. You're buying those higher ticket items. You don't need to have 1,000 units a month. You can do 50 a month, but if you're making $100 on ROI, or $100 profit on every one of them, all right, well, it's still cool to sell that. So there's just so much of that nowadays.
It is cool, the opportunities that present themselves. Like everyone is like fascinated with Amazon. Like all your old friends, every new person you meet, like you tell someone you sell on Amazon, they're like, what? Like, I need to talk to you all about this, and then a third of them have some connection somewhere to something interesting,
Yeah.
Which is, I didn't put those feelers out for a long time. I was just running my own business, with the deals I had, and then eventually it's like you start talking to people, and I think you establish yourself at a level of like, I am a successful Amazon seller now, and you like present yourself that way, and also it's like, oh, everyone wants to talk to me about Amazon, and
right,
it gets interesting once you start talking about it with everybody. So
yeah, and then depending again on what you enjoy, right? If you can do so much, and so I redistribute some because of my network, or let's just not even say redistribute. I send products to retail outlets now, and it's very small scale right now. It's great. Yeah, I'm going to go meet some guys when we're done here about bringing in a couple $100,000 of a certified refurbished home appliance product. And they have outlet store, let's call them liquidation stores. They got two of them. They also have a couple retail stores, and they're guys I know from growing up and friends. So I'm heading over to the one warehouse as soon as we're done and just seeing, I sent them some emails and some products that are available. And for me, so one of these items I'm speaking about is, I think, a $200,000 order or something. Somewhere around there. It might be a little bit less, but the sales rep that we deal with, or he's not even a sales rep, right? Our buddy that handles us for that account has got a product, and he was just mentioning it on the phone, like, oh, I got to figure out something to do with these damn things. And it was just in conversation. He wasn't meaning it for us. And I said, well, wait, back up. What do you mean? He's like, well, I got like 200 units. We got to do. He goes, I'm just going to shelf that for now and worry about that after we get you guys taken care of with your stuff. And I said, okay, well, what are you going to do with them? He goes, I don't know why. He goes, you have an outlet for these? I said, yeah, I might actually. I might. He's like, you're kidding me. So he forwarded me over there. It's 200 units of 7 or 8 different SKUs, high ticket items, but factory refurbished. I go, it's perfect for their liquidation stores. And they're 2 retails where they do furniture and appliances and some rent to own type stuff. I mean, they probably could blow through these things in 2 months and with good profit for them. So you never know, right?
That's sweet. It's got nothing to do with Amazon either, just besides the connection.
Nothing. And what it does is strengthens our relationship with our distributor, and we just helped him get rid of some stuff in a good environment. Right? We helped him a little. So in return, when he's kind to us or gives us that extra 50 cents to $2 off a unit, really helps out. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this week to come. I mean, other than we've got the eclipse tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited to see what tomorrow brings, because just the predictions of traffic jams for 5 hours, where where we live, there's never more than a 5-minute traffic thing, so it's
Even right there local where you're at, there's
yeah. Oh yeah, we're at 100% totality through this area. It's a horror story. It was on the news, but I think it was a group from overseas, another country, had booked rooms up here closer to Buffalo, closer to Niagara Falls, for the eclipse like 2 or 3 years ago, and they booked like 3 busloads of people. So they're flying in from overseas, and from what I understand, I'm only hearing secondhand, but I guess basically the hotels canceled on them this last week, and they've got airfare booked and buses rented, and I think they booked the rooms a few years ago. Someone said when it was like $60 a night. Now there's a Hilton in my little hometown. We tried getting a room for a coworker. They're at $600 a night. Their normal rate's like $170. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I've got a
manager. He should be proud of himself. And by the way, I got a couple Stanley mugs I can sell him for $200. So I go, don't you feel guilty about jacking that price up that high? Meanwhile, I said that to a friend of mine. They're like, yeah, well, you do that with mug. I'm like, well, that's different.
It's different.
Of course it's different.
Yeah, well, if you want, hey, listen, there's a whole bunch of Stanleys out there, but if you want that one color, the hotels. I don't know. You need a place to stay, I guess, right? To each their own, but it's not like it's life support, but it is. Do you need a place to stay? 600% markup is insane.
I've got a brand direct I've been working on, and we're like getting down to the nitty gritty on it, some sort of exclusive, and then I'm like, okay, when can we talk again? I was sitting down with him, and he's like, well, I'm packing up and taking we're driving down to Texas to watch the eclipse, and he's doing like a 2.5-week trip down to Texas. So I'm like, I want to close. I want to you're like building up to like some successful exclusive, and then the guy's just taking off. He's like, I won't be really available. I'm like, cool. I'll wait for this dang eclipse to be over.
Wish you'd known we've got a hookup for eclipse classes. We could have got you something to send them.
I don't trust them.
Yeah. Huh?
I don't trust them.
The glasses?
I'm sure they're fine. Everyone uses
them. Yeah. The ones we got, actually, I'd ordered some through a distributor, and they got canceled. So I ended up having a bunch of people I know that wanted some, and I told them we'd get them for them. So we, thankfully, through Discord group that Brian has, one of the members, she had ordered a whole bunch, and was, by the time she got the ISO certification and the NASA stuff on them all lined up and aligned, I think it was too late to send them in.
Sure.
Yeah. So she had a bunch, and she's selling them off, but I bought almost 1,000 from her, and like I said, we've been I've probably given away more than I've sold. I mean, I've just, but and then because it's always people, and then you're not going to charge them what you would charge. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that.
600% markup.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So only 200%. No, I think we might have Rebecca joining us. Should we let her in? She's in the stage. Should we let her in?
I guess so.
All right. We'll let her in.
Thank you. Good morning.
What's up there, Nevada?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah. I think we're going to start just calling you Nevada, because Dave's Texas. So
Nevada.
What's that? You broke up.
Nevada.
Whatever.
Where are you at in Nevada?
Vegas.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else to be, right?
I mean, I grew up in California, but right up near Reno, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious who's up there, but.
Isn't
Reno
that like the
so.
Sacramento area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
up between
Yeah.
Tahoe and those foothills up in there. So
Fun. It's cold up there.
What's shaking with you, Rebecca?
Yeah,
Nevada?
just waking up, you know.
Just woken?
Just woken.
That's cool. Anything
Yeah,
exciting
yeah.
for your weekend in Vegas? Did you have
Nevada.
Nevada?
No, honestly, I just took yesterday off to decompress. So I have nothing exciting to report. I sat on Instagram for a couple hours. It was
Nice.
lovely. I started a new series on Netflix, Ripley.
Oh, what's that about?
It's black and white, which is pretty cool. And it's just this guy that takes money from someone's father to go to Italy to try to convince the son to come back home.
Okay.
So he's kind of a scammer. He's a hustler.
Oh no, perfect. Let's get him on the. Let's get him on the.
Let's get him on the
line.
pod. He fits right in with this group, right?
That's what we need to do. Everybody's doing YouTube and all these. We need to do a Netflix series.
Yeah, like an Amazon Netflix series.
All right, everybody, stop. Close the live down. This is going. Where's my executive producer, Brian? Get back here now.
No acting needed. You know,
No.
just keep it real.
Come on. This is. Oh no! I'll make it even better. We're gonna make it an Amazon Prime series.
Oh. Pay them, they pay us. We pay them again, they pay us again.
All right. Paulo, I know you're on the other side watching. Don't take that idea. It's all you can't take it.
Yeah. You heard it here first. It's
You
exclusive.
heard it here first.
you don't see Amazon in like the main, anything like that. And no one's talking about Amazon sellers anymore. I was looking at go ahead.
Hopefully not yet, because we're not ready for the saturation.
Yeah, that's true. And I was reading a thread yesterday of someone has like a $60,000. I don't know how much to do with these new fees. Oh no, it's a suspended account with storage fees. They're charging storage fees on like a year-old suspended account, and they won't let them remove their product or destroy it. And they have like $60,000 in like storage fees monthly piling up. So they're all talking. They're asking for advice and stuff, and people are like, "Take it mainstream. Go mainstream with it. Go to the news. Go to something. Try to do something to get Amazon's attention." That made me think of that.
Call Jeff Bezos. He's the only way you can get things resolved.
Get their info. They're going to be on our new series, Netflix.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
How many ways has Amazon done you wrong?
to make a Netflix.
That could be a fun one. Yeah, because they've done one like about Spotify. They've done one about like what was that guy that stole the Tinder swindler? Like, come on, we're next in line.
That's true. Except it'd be focused on Amazon's.
Right.
Horrible side of things. It's like every time someone asks you how it is, how is it selling on Amazon? It's a rough question to answer.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to my agent today about this Netflix series idea.
Can I be in it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Nevada. Right. Nevada's in it. So all our faces will be blurred.
Pixelated.
Pixelated, and we'll just go by our state names.
And we have to use those voice changers.
Yes.
So I'm going to sound like a robot.
Yes. This is
right.
So. Yeah.
Brian? Truthfully, we probably do have to, or we got suspensions coming.
That's right. My
more claims against our account.
Yeah. So I gotta call my licensed literary agent. That's the rule. I'm looking it up right now for Netflix. So, and our thousands of viewers right now, if anyone's a licensed agent, hit me up. We got an idea for a series. Was Brian here for that? Did you hear our idea?
I had the headset on, yeah. So to basically be the follow-up to Firefest, but Amazon edition.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah. This is gonna be
stuff to talk about in this world.
It's gonna be we're not gonna put a number on how many it'll be. It'll be we'll go until deactivated.
Yeah, perfect.
Until we drop off one by one.
Yeah, series 1 will go until our account's been deactivated by now.
Joe's account health has taken a 50-point hit per episode.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's all good. I
Yeah,
just got a
Brian, you were-
message. Oh, go ahead.
You were
From a
talking.
licensed agent.
Brian was talking about how he got a brand he's trying to help launch, and it's going a little slow.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple kind of in the works. One of them, they created some Amazon listings a few years ago and they don't really sell at all. They've got a lot of improvements to make. So we just met with him for the first time 2 days ago. And then another one, the guy is like ready to go. He just needs to get a little bit more info from his supplier that he's planning to work with so that we can really make some firm decisions on things. So we're kind of waiting on a couple of answers, honestly, before we can really make more progress right now. But we're trying.
Yeah, you said it was earlier. You said it was going a little slow, and just made me think of some of my launches I've done. It's like it's interesting because like some of these brands, they're not, they didn't develop their product for Amazon, and it's like they didn't analyze the competition there and stuff
Yep.
like that. So like sometimes I go into a brand, I'm like, okay, like you have a 1 ounce bottle that you've already got 10,000 units of, and all the competition's a 4 ounce bottle, and it's like we have an uphill battle here, and sometimes those don't pan out very well. So,
Yeah.
I think too, if you're starting with a brand that has no presence or very little presence, right? That's where that slowness even comes in, because you still got to get everybody aligned. Still learning how to do this, right? Still don't know the right way. Just got different ways and trying to come up with different ways to put together a deal to make it equitable for everyone, and then make sure we do justice by the folks we're working with. But like you said, the packaging stuff, we're working with a company now, and the guy is just awesome. The brand owner couldn't be more fun, couldn't be more lively. His heart and soul are into this. But really we're still at the point of like figuring out packaging and buy costs, right? So that's what takes time, because they're going back and forth with a co-packer. They're talking, now we got to talk, all the details around co-packing, shipping, and pallet quantity, and trying to figure that out. How many can fit? How many can go on a pallet? Well, then how can you stack pallets? Can you, right? Then what's our? It's just so crazy, and yeah, I don't know. It's fun, but it's got a lot of moving parts.
When you guys work with a brand like that, are you considered more like a consultant? Well, obviously an investor, but also a consultant as well, because like they don't really know Amazon the way that you do, or that we all
right do. Yeah, both investor, consultant. Yeah. And I heard Brent mentioned it earlier, right? There's different ways you can help someone be more of what I kind of word the terms is we're just providing a service, right?
Yeah,
really, in where we don't buy product, we don't sell the product, we literally provide a service, which I still don't have. What I hoped by mid this year I'd have actually a team of 2 people that were quote unquote experts in PPC and listing development. Not even close to where I wanted to be by May. That was my goal. But so working with others now, so really working with other companies that already do that, and kind of, for lack of a better word, subcontracting some of it out, and while we learn. But I'd love to be at in-house, most of that, in small. I like the success story. It's just who I am. I love the success story. So I really want zero to hero. Where I know a lot of people go in, they already want existing sales. They want a certain amount of
a safer investment.
Sure, right. And it's So, but for us, it's a little both. We mix the two. We're not just charging a fee and just doing. We'll split some of the cost. We'll work as a team. As I use the word an extension of them. We're really an extension of them. But we're gonna buy. I like to buy inventory. I just like to. So I think that's a benefit. So I like to buy from them. So we're gonna work with you. We're gonna help. You're gonna cover some of these costs. I'm gonna cover some of these costs. At the end of the day, though, you're also going to sell me inventory.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a sale on top of it, and then working on that exclusivity. And, again, some of these folks that especially I think with brands, depending on who you're talking to, depending on what generation they're from, right? Brian and I had a fun conversation about the word storefront.
Because people think it's a physical storefront?
Well, everybody thinks it's different, right? It's right in the world of storefronts. You have a physical storefront, right? A building storefront, and we have our seller storefronts, which are they come storefronts, and then you've got, if you're a brand, you have a storefront,
like a website.
You might not even sell out of your storefront, right? Because you might have an exclusive, like a Brent, a Joe, a Brian, or Rebecca that sells on your behalf as the exclusive through your storefront. So that term. And I learned it a while ago talking to a brand owner, and he's like, "No, I don't want to. I
want a storefront.
I don't want a storefront. I want you to sell it all. I want you sell it through your storefront." I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna, but you're right. Okay, the word's horrible.
Yeah.
So it's your brand collection. It's your so that's kind of fun to.
Yeah, because some of these people are just used to retail world, right? Not necessarily e-commerce.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how they feel about marketing costs. Because when I worked with small businesses, that was always their they can't see the return on their investment in marketing. But I think it's different with e-commerce because you can see how many people visited your site. You could see how many people actually bought something from the ad that you launched. It's totally different online compared to a small business buying a billboard ad or, a magazine ad. It's just totally different in the digital world. There are actually tangible facts that you could see.
100%.
It's so variable too, as you
of course.
As you approach people, they're some of them totally understand the need for a marketing budget, and some of them are you're asking them to sell on Amazon, and whether they already have sales there or not, you're asking if I can come sell on Amazon, but then all of a sudden you're bringing up them helping with marketing and stuff like that, and just sometimes some of them understand it, let's put a budget towards it, and some of them are nah, so then it's does it work? Does it work into the numbers or doesn't it for you at that point?
Right.
But yeah, like Joe was saying, every brand relationship is so different that I've done.
It depends on who you're working with.
Yeah. And those operational things you guys were talking about, even down to the pallets and stuff, you're talking about the small brands and how they haven't figured that stuff out. The $1 billion business I've got an exclusive with, they still can't figure stuff. It's so much bigger now though. They have this team and this department and legal department and online protection department and it's it takes so long to get through everything to change anything, so it doesn't always get better.
Yeah. So even small or big, it's still the same mountain you guys are climbing.
Sometimes. Yeah. And that doesn't mean they understand Amazon any better either,
Yeah, true.
So I'm just checking some text, got some messages. We had a couple others that were going to join. Our buddy Warner said say hello. He's on the road trip right now, getting ready. He's heading somewhere for the eclipse so he can have a good view of the eclipse, I think.
So I saw on Google that I just don't get to see it because I'm in Nevada. How does that work?
Oh yeah, if you're in Nevada,
if you're in Nevada, Texas to the East Coast, and it's hello, what about me?
Yeah, if you're in Nevada, you'd see it, but you're in Nevada, so that's the difference right there. Right? So if you'd let me say it the way I say it, it'd be all right. No, yeah, it's the path of totality.
Yeah. But does that mean I can't see? I'm sorry, I don't understand it. Does that mean I just can't see it? I'm still going to be able to see it.
I think I'm in Utah. I think I'm in the same boat. I think we've got a 30 or 40% coverage or something. So if it's only 34% covered, can you even see it in the first place still? Because
I don't know.
Isn't it just bright as heck anyway?
Well, I think it's, it's just not going to get as dark, right? And you're going to see it, especially if the sky's clear, you're still going to see the coverage. You're just not going to see 100% coverage, right? So,
Yeah, I saw some articles about taking care of your animals because they
you'd see this much. But you'd see this much.
That's a perfect illustration.
That was just what I needed.
Hold on. Let's
But I'm
get
not
some
going to see anything, so I don't have any glasses.
No, we'll get labels involved because it would be like this. It would be like
It's perfect with the fluorescence reflecting off your head.
yeah,
guys,
what's that?
You guys need to drop the links for your glasses that are for sale.
Oh yeah, I've only got a couple pair left. I got to drop some off to some friends today.
I saw that our local Sonic. I don't know if they're going to be distributing any of that stuff out here though, because for what?
Right.
What do I need them for?
Yeah, I just ran into a friend of mine today. It's an optician. Then they had a bunch. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think to talk to you about getting. He's like, yeah, I just bought them off Amazon and sold them. Gave them away type stuff. But I was like, oh yeah, I guess I should have thought about my buddy that has an eyeglass store. Who knows?
Hello.
Yeah, so gonna be a good week overall. I'm excited for some stuff. Get a few things moving, some paperwork signed. That's gonna be good for a couple things, and then yeah, I'd like to see my sales pick up. I've definitely, and I think it's clear. I think it's accounted to the account health issues. I really do, but my sales have just fallen. Right?
Did you get your account health up? At least a little bit? None. Oh my God.
Not at all.
That's rough.
They do play a heavy role. I'm pretty convinced of it. Back when we were only selling the one brand, and we have a strict MAP policy we uphold with them, and it's like, and I'm not the only exclusive on it. So when on my store gets dinged with a bunch of account health, like my back then my sales would just plummet off.
Yeah.
Because if we're all equal in all other ways, they gotta judge us on something. I think they gotta judge us on something. I think
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's happened.
I had a listing that it said on my it's on my inventory that it was deactivated, and so I was like, oh shoot, let me delete it. I don't want to get in trouble for this one. So I deleted it, and then I woke up to an IP complaint for the listing that I just deleted. And I was like, wait a minute, I deleted this. How did this happen? It was prior to getting the complaint. And then I guess I just acknowledged the complaint, and it went away immediately. Like normally it takes days to get off my account, and my account health went back up to where it was, and my account went back to normal. But I was like, is that something that should have happened in the first place?
I think sometimes those complaints can lag a little bit, so it's possible.
Oh, okay, so it's already coming in there.
It might, yeah. I don't
Probably.
Like I help some brands file IP complaints and stuff, but I don't see it on their dashboard all the time. But I mean, we don't see it on the seller's dashboard,
Yeah,
we see it on the brand side, but it seems like they sometimes can delay, like even a day or two. I feel like so.
Sure.
Because I've had the same thing. I've like, oh, I gotta clear all these listings, and then somehow something still pops up, within a few days. So
look at us. We can't.
And then that new acknowledgement thing. I mean, that wasn't around a long time ago, and I always wonder what those. It clears it from your account health, but what does it actually clear? I've always wondered, because like we never had that option years ago. We always had to fight every single one of them, and they'd sit there. So
and they're saying that we're not supposed to acknowledge them if it's not something that we truly did wrong. But I mean, I took the hit because I acknowledged.
Well, I've heard. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You think if it would still affect your account in any way, like they would still have some metric for you to look at somewhere, you'd think, so
I've heard the thought that possibly that even though when you acknowledge the stuff and you don't see it anymore, it's basically they see it still. They're still looking at all that stuff in the background, which is kind of I'm not shocked, but kind of screwed up in a way too, where you think you kind of move past something, then you find out it's still there and could be used against you.
On one of mine the other day, they specifically wrote like, this will still linger. We still have access to it in our dashboard for us to
look
at in some way. But like what is that used for? Is the question? Who knows?
I don't know, your deactivation score.
Yeah.
Who knows? For me, I'm just
Okay.
trying to get account health up, and I'm like, oh, how do you do that? So I went down a little rabbit hole on that one. And I go, just sell more volume. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So buy more stuff, sell more stuff.
I've got one of my partner stores, the kid I'm partnered with. He somehow he greenlighted a VA to buy a bunch of, I think it's from Walmart, and apparently it's all inauthentic. We're getting he
Oh
piled up on some
no.
inventory, some makeup, and we're just getting slammed one after the other. So like literally today after this call, I'm gonna hop on and just pull it all and trash it. I guess I don't even know, but it's not worth the. We still got
That's the
so much
trend, huh,
inventory
Joe?
sitting there. So
The trend in beauty.
I'd like to see some data on the number of inauthentic complaints globally on this and how much of it, like by category or I'd love to see how much of it's cosmetic, and I like to see the difference price. I'd like to know the data on the price point. So $0 to $50, $50 to 100 plus, of the cost of the product. Cause I think you're going to find a lot of the cosmetics that are that 100 plus. Definitely you're seeing these weird complaints. I really do. I think there's a lot of people trying to get stuff for free. I really do.
I think
That's
so.
what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking on these ones. I was like, man, these are expensive products, and I was thinking, man, it's just I've actually never put these as expensive products into a store before, and I'm like, are they just yanking my chain, But then they just kept coming one after the other, and
That's
I'm
horrible.
pretty sure we bought some fake crap, so it's great.
Would you guys want to? We got about 10 minutes left. I was thinking about, I have a gentleman that has reached out to me and we've been chatting through like Discord, a new seller. I'm going to see if he can join us for a few minutes, and brand new seller. Got some questions. Let me just double check with him. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go on mute for a second. If you guys can.
It's always fun being new in this space.
I feel like I'm new every week in this space.
I wish I would have known about you guys when I first started too, though, because it's like if you don't have mentorship, it just takes the learning curve. It can be so difficult for some people.
I think we should change that to person tour. So it's not men or women. It's not mentor.
Person tour.
Woman tour. Yeah, it's person tour.
Woman tour. Okay, I can work with that.
So I was saying before you hopped on, Rebecca, like I've been on Amazon for 10 years, and for 8 years of that I didn't have any sort of community. I just
That's amazing.
doing my own thing, and then like this new seller hopping on right
8
now.
years?
Yeah. Like I mean, it's
Wow.
me and my wife.
Yeah, sure.
But like this new seller hopping on right now, like the amount of support he can get or find or information so accessible to him that I've learned every piece of it all by myself,
Yeah.
It's crazy how much faster and easier, which is great. It's a good thing. I'm not complaining. It's a good thing for that,
Yeah, of course.
It's crazy.
That's what I was just going to ask you. I was going to say, does it sting a little, or are you like more inclined to help because you wish you would have had someone to help you back then?
I mean, I kick myself. Like, there's so many things I kick myself for over the years because, like, I mean, you're young
You
and
could have
dumb.
avoided it.
You're young and dumb when you're starting out. You're like, you don't understand how to get funding. You don't understand how to do this. You're just rolling over money, and then your risk tolerance goes up and up and up. But it takes a long time sometimes, And so there's all kinds of things I like kick myself for. But like, I think it's pretty cool. I didn't understand. I mean, I'm sure back then there was a whole support network I could have been a part of or leading or whatever, And
Sure.
And here's the thing with all of that too. I think a lot of people may not think this right off the bat, but I've seen this happen multiple times in our friend groups. Like there will be a multi-million-dollar seller on a call with somebody who is doing much less than them, doing it part-time, maybe even newer, and they come up with, "Oh, have you guys seen this thing?"
Yep.
And
So they're bringing value.
like, wait, what? Like I've heard that in a call no less than 2 or 3 times in the past year that we've had our community. So it's pretty insane how bringing those people in and sharing knowledge with them, you can still have a lot to gain from them as well because they come at things with a different perspective.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Or just their network too, right? Because you guys have already established your network, you're not really sure what, this new person is bringing into the group as well, or what kind of value that they can add from their network alone. Like we're increasing our size that much more by adding more people.
I mean, it's like Joe was saying a second ago. We don't like you learn something new every single day still on Amazon,
Yeah.
and like
Yep.
just because someone's new doesn't mean they don't encounter it before I do, and then they tell me about it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I like again back to your question. I think it's pretty sweet. All this stuff's accessible to people. I'm a part of a group where I'm leading their Amazon program and trying to train up a lot of new people.
Yeah.
And I try to help out there. But so it's interesting because like Brian just said, that like every day someone's posting something like, check this out. I'm like, oh, okay, like that's different than it used to be. Or I haven't seen that
That's
before.
changed.
That's different verbiage, or whatever it is, and it's just good to see and good to find stuff. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Is our friend joining us?
I think so. I sent him a link, so we'll give him a second.
I had to restart my computer twice before I could get in.
That's always the answer, right?
Yeah.
Brian's gonna laugh at that because it was funny. He was having computer problems yesterday. And I was like, just restart it, Brian.
Restart it.
Restart it. Plug it back in, right? And what ended up working?
I don't know about you guys, but I have a Mac, so I just put it to sleep. Like I never turn it off. And so I know like when these types of issues happen, I'm like, oh, I probably got to restart it because my computer has not turned off in like a week. So
yeah, I'm bad about that too. Especially though I have a computer here off to the side that's sort of like the primary computer in the warehouse.
Yeah.
I never turn the damn thing. And then of course when you need it that it goes wrong, right? Then it's frozen. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Plus it's yeah, I'm bad about it. Very bad. I should set it to automatically restart every night or something.
There you go.
We just moved to a new house and I have my office set up in my office upstairs, and our 1-year-old's just all over the place now. And like I'm trying to work, and my wife's having to chase her down constantly. So we're putting some doors in, but it's like we gotta get some like big custom doors. And so I've been relegated to the basement now to make things easier. But there's only one outlet in the basement. We got our freezer attached to it. So now my work computer, every time I get off of it, I'm like, I got to shut it down because I'm just terrified I'm gonna flip this breaker with everything plugged into one.
Shut the freezer down.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I usually leave my computer on all the time, and now it's so frustrating. I have to boot up and boot down constantly.
Mm-hmm.
But everything works great. So.
You shouldn't have said that. You just jinx yourself.
Your microphone is very.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Very good at picking up sounds.
Oh, is it really?
Every time you move, it's like ding, ding, ding.
All right, let's see how this goes.
It's sensitive. That's the word, right?
Yeah, it is a sensitive. I'm gonna change the setting.
It fits Joe's personality,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to add
just an extension of him.
Let's see. Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning. You're on mute.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna mute while 1 second.
Sure.
Hi guys, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
There you are. Hello.
Welcome to the club.
I think you went back on mute. You want to? You can go ahead and welcome. First of all, welcome to joining us. We're not seeing a camera. I don't know if you have a camera, but if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, I know you're fairly new to selling, correct? I'll give him a second. Let's see.
He didn't know coming on he was going to get the spotlight like this.
Yeah, right. Hey, you said you want to join the live. I don't know if he knew what it was.
Sneak
Sorry.
right in.
There we go. Oh, come on back. Let me send him a message here. Sorry about that.
Amazon and friends. I need an Amazon name. How'd you guys? Well, okay. FBA Brian, Mr. Amazon sells. AFK Joe Amazon. I don't know. Joe didn't like the one that I presented before.
Oh, yeah,
What do you mean?
All my family. Go ahead.
My name is Rebecca. My last name starts with an A, so I was like, "Oh, Ramazon." R-A Amazon Ramazon. But I feel like it could just go wrong in so many ways.
Maybe you wanted to.
Maybe I do. Maybe it's for the shock effect, right?
Right.
It's a good intro.
Ramazon. Raw. It should be raw.
Ramazon.
Ramazon. Yeah, you could make a song. You could get your own theme song someday.
See?
So George, our buddy George needs to join the live. We got to get him in here. George just came up with an idea. I'm going to copy and paste it over for you.
For my Amazon name? Okay.
Yeah. George is thinking. You know George.
Yeah, George is here. Why is he not on the live?
Right? George, we got a few more minutes. Well, we're coming up on the hour. And there is some.
See the eclipse.
Right there. I posted. There we're showing it. There you go, George.
Rebecca
It shows over. I don't know if that shows over on Instagram or not, but Rebecca sells. I like.
You like it better than
Ramazon.
Ramazon.
I don't know. I think Ramazon's kind of cool.
Ramazon, yeah.
I guess it could be red.
Kind of like Ramcon.
Well,
Ramadan.
that's R-O-M, but Ramadan, yeah.
Ramadan. Ramen.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe give it a try. Give it a try. See if it catches on.
See what kind of feedback I get.
Yeah, right.
My whole family calls me Mr. Amazon, like my new nickname.
I love
it. But like, I'm like, my wife's always like, man, you should just make if you ever do an online thing, you should make that your name. And I'm like, yeah, I could, but seems like a lot to live up to. But
right.
but,
title.
I guess that's what I'm doing for now. So, but man, you can't find. There's no handles. What do they add cells to it? There's no handles available anywhere for anything. So.
No, everybody's got like an FBA this, FBA that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, FBA. Sure. My name is just long, so it's hard to work with.
Well, that'll be put out on the stream here. We want to take suggestions this whole week from everyone on what Rebecca's Instagram name should be. Yeah. I'm liking yours, George. I'm with you so far, buddy. Don't worry. I got you. So
we like it. It's in consideration.
Yeah.
Come back to the drawing board.
I think you should tie in the Nevada
cells.
Nevada cells.
No, L-A-R-A.
Lara cells.
Lara.
You could be like a.
But LA is for what? Los Angeles.
Oh, that's Los Angeles. What's the Vegas? NV. Sorry. LV. Sorry, I'm sorry.
LVRA cells.
You could drop Rebecca off, but you could be like Amazon roulette, something like that.
Ooh,
there we go. Now we're going down a good path.
Check out the brain on Brent.
Whoa,
that's a good one. That's a good
one. I like
it.
Hey, we don't just do Amazon. Run online marketing. There we go.
Mafia. We got the mafia here, so it could be like
Amazon Mafia. Wow.
It could be like your tagline could be
FBA Mafia.
Your tagline could be "Let's talk Amazon." It's a safe bet.
Or
I'm a safe bet, or something like that, right?
The odds are in your favor.
Or we just or craps, or just somehow incorporate the word craps.
Rebecca Craps.
She crapped out.
Rebecca Krebs FBA.
I think this is the winner. I think it's the
I
winner.
Oh,
crapped my
God.
pants. Oh God.
Yeah, that's just, all right. So, well, it is noon. It'll be. It's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna cap it right at 12 today, if you all don't mind, even though it's fun having you all. And Rebecca's joined us a couple times. Brent, your first time. I hope it's not your last time. But until next
Yeah, 'cause I'm
time,
back.
it's been a long time, but a real time. But until next time, or something like
You
that. There's
don't
a
have
phrase.
to go home, but you got to get the.
Yes, that's right. Right. That's how. That's weird. Yeah. Does everybody know that? I thought that was like a New York thing. Like,
I don't think
No,
so.
I think they said it on TV. It was on some TV
all right.
program that I watched.
I don't know why. So Dylan just joined us over on Instagram, but he's getting in at the end of the day, our buddy. But yeah, thanks everyone. It is noon, a little bit after here. I'm gonna do some stuff that I can get done on this Sunday before the work week really starts back up again. So you all have a
Enjoy your
great.
Sunday.
That's right. You all have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next Sunday.
Ciao. Signing off.
Guys, see ya.
Bye. If I can get the mic over there.